Hey guys, welcome back to Super Switch U. Today we're going to do a review. I beat a lot of games recently, and I really need to get caught up on these, so there may end up being like weekly reviews. So hopefully you guys kind of enjoy these. Um, if not, I'm sorry. I just feel like if I don't do these now, then I'm going to forget what I liked about the stuff. Sorry, got a bit of a scratchy voice today, I guess. And real rainy this week, which kind of sucks for Memorial Day weekend plans. But yeah, which is probably going to go up on Tuesday, so it'll be all over past that. But like time of recording, it's Memorial Day weekend, and yeah, so we're gonna bring this thing down. And yeah, it's probably not everybody's cup of tea, but we're gonna review the Baby Shark game. This was probably inevitable, really. I got the Outright Games sponsorship. Been doing the Super Switch Tots stuff, so playing through a lot of the kids type games for younger players and whatnot. And my son loves Baby Shark, so of course, started playing it, and he wants Daddy to play Baby Shark all the time, and he's asking for it even now, even after we've beaten the game. And it's so hard to want to go back that soon after, but for him, I will. But we'll go ahead and start with just the main mode and kind of talk about this for a minute. I don't spill my drink on myself. And so really when you start, you only have the one mode. You have story mode. You get quick mode after you do a decent chunk of stages, and then Big Shark Encore, which is after you beat the game. Really, it's just playing the stuff over and over again. And obviously you have your 5 characters here. And it's the whole Shark family. You can play as any of them. They get different costumes as you go through the story, and my son's favorite was Skeleton, because like his parents, we all love Halloween around here, so there was plenty of that in this game, surprisingly. Also, I do want to point out there's like 60 levels to this game, whereas like we talked about the Gigantosaurus Dino Sports game, like it was a real short little game. Most of these could have just gone the same way, and it definitely did not. They packed this thing out with stuff, so let's kind of go all the way back here and go through it. 3 hours later. So if you're wondering about the weird like pink and blue dots, there's a specific purpose to that. Every stage, every world kind of follows the same central idea of the gameplay and whatnot. I need to wipe the keyboard. I did get a little bit of something on there. Hopefully I don't mess up the recording by accidentally pressing a button. Okay, so you play through, there's probably about 30 songs from the Baby Shark YouTube channel. I don't think any of this is from the TV show. Which is fine, because my son doesn't really watch the TV show, he watches the YouTube stuff. But each song has 2 different types of stages. You have the rhythm stages, which play like a Guitar Hero or Elite Beat Agents or something. Like you're pushing a button combination to a rhythm, just playing the songs out. And then the other stages are as whichever shark you're swimming through, and you're collecting stars and card stamp things, avoiding obstacles. But it's to the same song that you played in the rhythm stage, but without the lyrics being sung. So you get 2 per song all the way through. And I'll show you guys that here in a minute. when you go to different little areas or whatever, they're themed to different things. And the whole story is basically they're on this long road trip to the Fantastic Festival. So like you got these stages, which are like Day of the Dead stages, and then some pirates, and not to be confused later with actual Halloween stages. You go to the beach and come over. Yeah, here we go. There's Halloween stages because you got Halloween Shark and Haunted House, and Freeze Dance, and then this is like dream type stuff as you're going through there, and then more skeletons. And yeah, and then you get to the Fantastic Festival, and that's the game. So if any of these songs have been forever stuck in your head, because your kids love Baby Shark, then you could at least do something with the fact that they're stuck in your head. I'm trying to think what to do. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so we'll just do this one. The thing that I thought was some kind of weird culty slang terms or something. My son was first watching Baby Shark. I had to look it up. Apparently, it is very much not. It's like a Spanish something for like the sound skeletons make or something, but they really don't make anything close to Chumbalaka. I'll do this real quick and then I'll continue with reviewing the score. And the audio is still atrocious. I still have not gotten a chance to replace the capture card. Probably used the capture card too much is what's happened, but well. And like yellow, you rapidly tap, if I can remember to do that. And if you find red ones, you hold it like a long note or whatever. Now what's crazy is this game does progressively get more difficult. Like, it could have also kept it just very basic or difficulty setting based, but no. I don't believe there was ever a chance to set the difficulty. You had just to go through the difficulty that they set for a lot of these songs. So I do find it hard to understand why they thought this was good for the kids watching Baby Shark, but just keep it interesting for me as a parent. And if you see at the top, you're trying to get 3 stars. It's a perfect score. Like, yeah, I don't think there's actually anything better than that besides getting an actual, like, perfect, which is not missing a single note that goes through. It doesn't have to be perfect on every note. It just can't be missed. Yeah, I forgot to tap. The skeleton pirates they found a captain's telescope by the jellyfish. Yo, captain's telescope. The skeleton pirates are out on a search. They found the compass. I'm sure this couldn't get flagged for copyright. I guess while we're kind of doing this, I can explain the banner because I forgot to do that earlier. Ocean Dust is technically one of our sponsors, and I have not talked about them very much on this channel at all. And I would push them more because they do have some really cool shirts and stuff. Problem is, they don't have shirts in my size. But they're also like the only cool video game shirt company that decided to sponsor the channel. So it's like, I mean, I might as well, because somebody might get some cool shirts out of it. Right, and like I picked a couple to put on the banner there, some Mario Galaxy and Majora's Mask and and some crazy stuff like Dark Cloud shirts, which if you never played that on the PS2, that was a really cool one. But anyway, not what we're talking about. We're talking about Baby Shark. But if you want to use the sponsor link at the bottom, it does give us a bit of a commission on sales. So it does support the channel when you buy. I don't remember if you get a discount or not. But anyway, so that's those kinds of stages. And then you've also got these kinds of stages. We'll do the same song, but to this. Skip this because nobody cares. They've got a Ocean Dust has a shirt that I've got my eyes on, and I might take a chance on it and just hope it doesn't shrink, not being a big and tall shirt. But it's Legend of Zelda, the Oracles games, I think. That's what it was. Yeah, it was a really cool design from that. I missed that star. I couldn't make it back over there. I knew I couldn't. But yeah, it's kind of to the same rhythm as well, like if you really trying to get the stars in the right pattern. So it's all rhythm based technically. This is just more of a collect type of thing. And get whacked by a swordfish while I'm going through. Avoid the vines, and they got the wind blowing, and like some of these get difficult too. But at the same time, you also can't technically fail out unless you just like really don't get any stars. But I still think it'll progress you to the next stage. And all of these stages can be done multiplayer too. So like if you're playing with a kid, with one of your young children, nieces, nephews, grandkids, that kind of thing. You can do 2 people at one time in both the rhythm stages and that. And so only one of you technically needs to get 3 stars, and then you can get a good score and move on. Which if I'm playing with my son and he actually wants to play, usually he struggles with the rhythm stages. So we try to do just this, and you can kind of move it back and forth a little bit. But it's actually recently found a new obsession, and it's making it easier to play Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. Because like the day before that game came out, we found at Walmart one of these big talking Yoshi, I don't want to say doll because it's like plastic and more like I don't know, it's a great doll and an action figure. It's got buttons everywhere, and it makes sounds and sings songs from like Yoshi Story and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. So because he's playing with that, and then he watches me play Yoshi in the Mysterious Book, so I don't have to worry about this one as much going back after beating it. Anyway, so you get your cards, and then you just go back and look at them. They don't really do much past that. So we'll go back to the map. But anyway, it's just that. It's those 2 types of stages repeated basically just one after the other. You do the song and the rhythm, and then you do the collecting stuff, and you move on to the next little area. You do that for 30 songs, 60 stages. That's a lot, yeah. Anyway, so there's a few other talking points I want to do, and then we'll give it the score. So there are some extras, but nothing crazy. At your album that you can go back and look at all of the cards you collect, and it does seem like they're pretty random for the most part. Every so often you get stickers. I'm not really sure what unlocks a sticker, but it does happen. Um, you could go back and listen to the songs that you unlock. So all 30 of those songs are available to listen to. You can look at the costumes that you unlock, which we have all 9 costumes. And you get those by the time you beat the game, so it's not like you have to go out of your way for anything like that. It's just story progression. And then it's got its little achievements and things we haven't done, stuff like collect 100 cards available in the game, which is all of them. Complete the game in all modes, which we have not done that. Um, level up the maximum level of all cards, 30 cards, 20 levels with the perfect score, which we've done more than 6, but not quite 20. Collect all the stickers, 16 stickers. Unlock all other achievements. That's what we're missing, but you get story progression ones and mastering songs, which is basically just getting 3 stars on the rhythm stages. And that gets you that. So I mean, it's got enough here. Just the source material is Baby Shark, so it's not everybody's kind of thing. But it's fine. So I do feel like now I could probably pull up my U-score and then talk about that for a minute. Oop, let me hide the banner. It's kind of covering that. Okay, so just for a second, we'll flip that off. But 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. Which might seem like I'm being kind of generous, but just hear me out for a second. We can't harshly score games because we don't care for the source material or they weren't made for us. If you're a teenage or adult gamer and you're like, I'm too big for Baby Shark, which I get, that's probably most of my viewers. But you got to think about it, perspective of the target audience and like what's actually here, and that's what I was trying to keep in mind when giving it the score. Because it does actually do a really good job for what it is. It is a much better rhythm game than something like a JoJo Siwa, because it's not broken. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. So you go to play a song, you're going to be able to 100% that song if you're good enough. It does change the stages, so you're not just straight rhythm game for 30 songs. You have those different little swimming stages, which is not my favorite thing through the game, which is probably part of where one of those kind of knocks off. But it's a nice break from the standard formula going all the way through. I didn't care specifically for the story because, again, it's all pointed towards young kids and it's simplistic, but at the same time, it does exactly what it sets out to do, and it's not a specific story from a YouTube Baby Shark video. They did kind of come up with their own. It was the journey to Fantastic Festival, and so they found a way to work in these different areas and kind of make it make sense how you play the songs and what songs you're playing for the most part. I think every so often there's a oddball thing thrown in there. Like, why do they pick this song for this spot? But for the most part, it all flows pretty well from a storytelling perspective too. So it does that decently well. There's plenty of achievements and unlockables to keep playing the game even after you beat it. You unlock that whole new mode. I don't remember what that's called at the moment now, but it's a more difficult. So like you go through and like every stage is supposed to be more of a challenge than it was the first time. You get the rest of the stickers and the cards and stuff like that. So there is replayability in it if you enjoy the game. If you don't enjoy the songs and you don't enjoy rhythm games, yeah, obviously you're not going to want to keep going. But for kids. Like, and I'm sure there's 4, 5, 6, 7 year olds love Baby Shark. 8, 9, and 10 year olds that are probably, uh, still nostalgic for the Baby Sharks of their youth. Something, like there's a market for it, right? And then there's the parents playing with the kids and stuff, and that's kind of where I fall in at this. But they could have done worse. I have seen so much worse from these kid games and these young kid games. This was actually kind of refreshing in the fact that I didn't hate playing it. I'll put it that way. I didn't hate it. So 4 out of 5 is pretty good. I would say the things that it does kind of leave you wanting. A lot of outright games as titles will have different little extra modes, even if it's just something as basic as, hey, here's some puzzles you can put together if you want to change the pace from the main game. Or, like, I don't know, it feels like there could have been some extra little mode thrown in to not just be the main game the entire time. Or, like, a score attack, challenge attack, something, but it's just quick play, and I think quick play is just randomly selecting your songs. But then again, I guess you could just go in and select whatever stage you want to do again. The lack of difficulty options from the beginning also kind of takes away, and the fact that like the target audience might find the end of the game very difficult because again, you can't pick like a very easy or an easy mode. It just feels like you're going through and it starts as easy and then progresses to more like a normal difficulty by the end. Maybe even into a mildly hard. And then the only difficulty option after that is when you beat the game, you can make them more difficult, not less difficult. So I do kind of feel like that misses the mark a little bit. I think there should have been an easier option setting for the younger kids. Your under 5 crowd, that are going to be that are going to have a hard time with the game as it is, but that are going to love Baby Shark. So yeah. Other than that, though, just as a game, it works. It works. It can be fun. So yeah, 4 out of 5 seem fair. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you agree with my score, if you disagree with my score, if you have your own opinions, thoughts, take on it. If you don't want to see any more Baby Shark on this channel, I completely understand, but definitely let me know at the bottom if you want to see more Baby Shark. Because I think at this point, that's probably one of the only ways we're going to go back to Baby Shark. It's 100% for sure not going to be doable in under 60 gaming. We've already played it in Super Switch Tots, and now we've reviewed it. I don't feel like it needs to be in Let's Check Out games, unless I have to start running out of games to check out. And then I guess we could just go back and be like, hey, let's just play Baby Shark today, I guess. I don't know, but let me know what you guys are wanting to see. Does it feel like I can't tell. I sit here and I watch every week how these videos perform, and it's like this. Like, being completely honest, the best performing video on the channel is Baby Shark, but at the same time, like, it also doesn't have a lot of engagement from you guys. So I feel like that's not a good representation of what you guys want to see. So just let me know. There are no wrong answers here, unless you suggest Xbox, and then I will quietly ask you to leave. I'm kidding. If it's anything before Xbox One, yeah, we could maybe talk about that some more. If it's after Xbox One, you might have the wrong guy. So you don't want to know my opinions if you like Xbox past Xbox One. But If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe so we can get closer to 1,000 subscribers. If you have subscribed, hit that bell notification button so you can be alerted to all upcoming videos, including Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday uploads, if we keep going with that. Because again, I put a post out there asking about a schedule change and trying to have more frequent videos while not specifically putting more work on me. And I got like no responses from you guys, so we may not be changing in June after all. I don't know. We'll play with it. We'll see what happens. But for now, it's Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday uploads, and random stuff for like news that I find important, or unboxings that don't fall on Thursday. Which, if it's not a Nintendo title, it probably does. So, yeah, you just want to hit that bell notification button and set that to everything so you don't miss anything. And with that, that's everything I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.